Hey, 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 it's Renee coming to make your day on Busy Being Fruitful. Listen, guys, I'm back. All right. Things happen. Okay. Things happen, but I'm back. All right. So today I just wanted to talk about something. All right. I wanted to discuss something. But first of all, I know I'm a little late, but let me say happy Black History Month. Okay. Now, we all know that it's not just a month, okay? This is life, all right? But happy Black History Month. Um, this is also my birthday month. Woo, my birthday month. And I thank God. I thank God and I pray that the next year of my life will be the best year of my life. Okay. As I increase in wisdom and you know um just the mercy of God. I just want to thank God in advance. I thank you, Lord. But getting on with the topic, I'm going to be switching it up a little bit. I really wanted to be here with you guys in the last few weeks, and I'm trying my best to keep it consistent, but things happen, life happens, but to the best of my ability, I'm going to try my best to come on here and just share what I feel and things that can just bless others. you know um I'm gonna try to bring on a guest too the next time as well, kind of switch it up a bit. So with that being said, though, I hope you have been having a great time, and if you haven't, I pray that it changes. But what I wanted to start with a little bit is the artist of the week. But I forgot to mention, if you did not subscribe to the channel, okay, please subscribe. All right, help this channel grow. Okay, listen, send the positive vibes out there, all right, on this channel, the blessings. Let's spread it, okay, so that the blessings can flow. All right, let's spread it. Let's not keep it all to ourselves, all the goodness. All right, so I'm on a mission. But please share, like, subscribe, leave a comment. All right, even of topics maybe that you like to hear spoken of, and things of that nature. I believe that fellowshipping and just kind of getting your thoughts out there in the best way possible, the most positive way possible, is always a plus. For me at least. So the title is "I Am Not Your Garbage." I know it might sound a little, but we're gonna get to that. But I want to start doing something, and I might switch it up. It's called Artist of the Week. All right. Now, of course, my hopes, like I said, is to come on here, every week, every Friday. That's kind of my goal. To come on here every Friday. But I really hope that this podcast is a blessing. But Artist of the Week. Now, some weeks I might have the same artist in a row. Okay. But can I just talk a little bit about, I hope I'm pronouncing it right too, Samara Joy. Okay. I discovered Samara Joy like 2 weeks ago. I do not follow a lot of, music out there, a lot of the, secular music and things of that nature. I'm more of like an old school person. I love a lot of old school music. I love gospel. I love inspirational music. But I'm not big on a lot of genres, especially ones I can't understand. You know. However, though, Samara Joy resonated with me. Number one, she is so young and gifted and just down to earth. You know, um, Not forgetting where she came from or who she is. So may God continue to bless that. But Samara Joy is I believe she's 23 years old, but 20 like 23 going on like 60 something. I mean that in the best way. When I say that, I mean that she has like this old soul. You know what I mean? Like her music, the jazz that she sings, and her voice just sounds like it came straight out of like the 1950s, you know what I mean? Like straight out of there. And it's so um what is the word? Help me find the right word, guys. It's so melodic, it's so refreshing. You know, that's the best way that I can explain it. It's so refreshing. A lot of something that a lot of people don't know about me is I really love jazz. It's like a calming place for me, especially when I'm at work. I play a lot of jazz music and people love it because of it creates like this ambiance, of just like calmness and smoothness, and so sometimes, I'm into my gospel vibes, but then, I got my other vibes too, and so I love to play jazz and then listening to Samara Joy, with the can't get over this mood, got me listening to Sarah Vaughan, and then I'm just listening to Sarah Vaughan, and that had me listen to Anita Baker. Um, and it was just refreshing, just refreshing um music. Just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, right? But that voice, if you ever see this video, Samara Joy, keep up the awesome work. Okay, that's what I will say. But moving on, listen, I don't even have nothing written down, guys. I had planned to write down some pointers, but I don't even have anything written down. But what I want to say, right, because this came to my mind is, there are, and you guys can, leave a comment on how you feel about this as well. There are times, you know, th- in our lives, we have different relationships, right? It could be friendships, it can be co-workers, it can be, you know, um, acquaintances or whatever. There are different levels, in relationships. It can be your spouse, it can be a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case is, right? But this title just kind of spoke volume to me in some things I was thinking about, because I'll touch on the topic of friendship a little bit, right? Why this came to me is because sometimes I think about how people, you allow people into your life, right? And you give of yourself. You give of yourself, you give of yourself, and you do and you do and you do, right? And sometimes you don't feel that that is reciprocated, right, on the other end. What I want to say is that we either need to stop or should never allow people to drop us off and pick us up when they feel like it. I am not your garbage, okay? I'm not a plastic bottle somewhere. I am not and I'm speaking this, in general, whatever relationship it is, whatever kind of relationship it is, whether it's friendship, whether it's whatever the case is, we, and this, of course, this is a lesson that I've learned for myself, right? I said to myself that I am, I, we cannot allow people to pick us up, use us or drain us, right, of our energy, of our advice, of our love, of our empathy, um and just drop us off, right? And then when something happens, in their life, pick us back up again like a piece of rotten fruit or something, like a fruit that's going bad, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, or like old shoes or something, like, okay, I'm just gonna wear these pair of shoes, when I would probably when I work out, or when I'm going to run in the mud or something like that, like, and there are people like that. Maybe some don't realize they're doing it, but some do it because they feel like they can, and because honestly, sometimes we kind of give them that leisure to. But this year, okay, let's make a change. I say it with me. Say it with me. I am not your garbage. Okay? I am not your garbage. All right? Um, that's one of like my new mottos. You know what I'm saying, on the inside, right? And how I just try to maneuver myself around, just you know if you are a person that is naturally giving, or if you are a person that you naturally just want to care, right? Or you naturally just want to give, even when you try to hold back, you find yourself just giving of yourself and giving of yourself, you know, and it's hard sometimes because you want to love, but you have to hold yourself back because sometimes you feel, that sting. You know what I'm saying? That's that sting. It's like the beehive. You go near the beehive, you're probably bound to get stung if the relationship with you and the bees is not, really on point. But even so, it's a risk. Going back to the beehive is a risk. And sometimes, you know, God wants us to realize that we are valuable, right? We are valuable. We're not garbage. We can't allow ourselves to be picked up and dropped off, right? Allow our feelings and emotions to get picked up and dropped off, right? And when you start to see the value, realize the value of who you are, the value in yourself, what you have to offer, then it's no tolerance. It's no tolerance. Something that I say, if somebody leaves my life, if it's a friendship or whatever the case is, your loss. That's how we have to operate. It's your loss, right? And I'm not saying that in a sense of like, oh, you're better than anybody else or anything like that, but when we realize our value, and like, I'm gonna speak personally. Like, I know I know the kind of heart that God has placed in me, right? I know myself, right? I know the love that I want to give. I know that the care that I want to give. I know the sensitivity that I have to how other people may think or feel, right? um there are certain things that I would not say because I'm aware, you know what I'm saying, that it's just, guys, okay? Yeah, I hope you understand what I'm saying. This is a new year. It's a new year, all right? Stop allowing people to drop you off, to pick you up when it's feasible for them, to pick you up when it is, in their best interest, drop you, right? Just kind of leave you hanging or whatever in the mud, and then pick you back up when they need you, right? It's like an umbrella. It doesn't rain every day. We only pick up the umbrella when we know it's going to rain because it's going to be useful to us. But you got to stop allowing people to do that. Come on now, right? So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm leaving it there. If I could pick up this mic and drop it, I would. But I'm going to leave it there. Okay? It quick and blunt. All right? And you listen, that I hope that's been a blessing. I know when I got that word for myself. Mhm. 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 So it's kind of like building up a no tolerance. And the unfortunate thing though is that you have to pay attention to that because it's a very thin line between that and shutting people out totally, right? So it's a very thin line, and for the believers out there, we got to ask God to help us with that. Help us to, you know, help us to know where to draw that line, and to, that thin line. Help us to realize, so we don't go shutting everybody out of our lives, but at the same time, we don't tolerate garbage, because you do not have to tolerate and accept garbage. Okay? And it's difficult sometimes. It's difficult. It is difficult. But with some work, it's doable, and it's really comes from just coming to a point within yourself where you just know who you are, and you know what you have to offer. You know the good that you have to offer, and you know your intentions. Keep your garbage bag. Keep your garbage bag. So, with that said, um, listen, we're gonna head to another podcast, right? This is episode 2, called I Am Not Your Garbage. Once again, please make sure to subscribe and join the fam. Um, and as you can see, there's a few things that I talk about here on the channel, such as, being a notary. Um, got a lot of responses from that as well. And I'm a person that I truly love to help people, with any form of information that I can. I believe that there is enough room and information in this world for whoever wants to succeed, for them to succeed, right? For us to succeed. So yeah, so I'm just happy that I can be a blessing in many ways. So I hope that you enjoyed this podcast. I hope that you share it with somebody. I hope that it reaches many, and I hope that you just have a blessed weekend, that you enjoy your weekend, and that you realize your worth. All right. So later, guys. Bye.